Okay, what is going... All right, how's it going, guys? Glad to have you here with me. I have big news, exciting news. The time has come. It is time to release my frame, the Stingy. Look, there's no blur anymore. It is all here in all of its glory and 4K-ness. Get an eyeful. This is it. This is the Stingy. I want to tell you guys about all of the things that make the Stingy frame and why I wanted them. And I want to show you and give you a great look at what this frame has to offer. I can't believe it. It's finally here. It is up for sale. You can get it, well, you can pre-order it right now at rotoriot.com and at xhover.com. And I've got some other cool things like 3D printed camera mounts for it that I'm going to be installing today. But it's all good because the time has come and the Stingy frame is out there. Let's dive right in. Okay, here it is, the Xhover Stingy frame. Lots of really cool things to tell you guys about with this. From the onset, when I first went to Daniel at Xhover, and told him that I wanted a frame, I knew what I wanted, and what I wanted was an X frame. As you can see, this is a symmetrical X, a true X, if you will. The motor-to-motor distance for the front and rear motors are the same as the left to right motors. What that provides for me, and in my mind, is a more consistent feel on the quad between the pitch and the roll axis. So whenever you're gonna do a roll or a flip, you kind of get the same type of feel from the quad. We have a top-mounted battery. I wanted a top-mounted battery so that I could land easier, so that I wasn't bottoming out on my batteries anymore. I kind of like the feel of it, but I didn't want to go with a battery and GoPro that was mounted so high that the CG was well above the prop line. So what we've got here is we have 20 millimeter standoffs. That's right, it's a low profile, true X, top mount battery, freestyle frame. Another thing that I wanted from the onset was not to have to deal with a sagging board cam or FPV camera. All right, right there. You see how it's got the little crescent in the back and the center point? What that is for is this frame and camera plate are built with the RunCam Swift in mind. Both the Swift, the Swift 2, the Rotor Riot Swift all fit in there, and with the back plate of the Swift that has the extra set of holes, you can lock down your camera angle just like with the metal bracket that comes with the Swift. And it's not gonna change if you crash, it's not gonna change if you just like bounce off of something. It's going to be locked into position. You can see I can't really move it very easily right now. You have to loosen the screws and reset your angle. It's really quick and easy to do, but I never have to worry about my camera angle being off anymore. All right, so we got True X, low profile, locking camera angle. Back to the camera again, when we go all the way to 20 millimeter standoffs, one of the things that happens is to fit a full-size board cam in, as we've done here, you need a little bit of extra room. So what we've done is we have allowed the camera to come through the main plate on the bottom. Now, that's all great, but we're gonna need some protection. So what we have is we've dropped the, oh my God, I'm doing so bad with this. We have dropped the camera plates below the main plate. Those are 2 millimeter thick, by the way. They're beefy. You can't see shit. All right, the camera plates are beefy, just trust me. 2 millimeters thick, they come below the main plate, and then there's a standoff between them that is gonna provide protection for your board cam. So that if you do bottom out and it's enough to compress the foam pads that come with the frame, if it's enough to compress them into the ground and cause that to hit, or it's just unprotected, that's gonna provide protection for your board camera. So, True X, 20 millimeter standoffs, top mount battery, board camera that locks into place and has protection even though it's coming underneath. Now, there's plenty of room in here, even with 20 millimeter standoffs. As you can see, I'm running the Betaflight F3 board on this setup, and so there's no PDB, it's separate ESCs, but with the 20mm, that's a VTX on top of it, by the way. But you can put the VTX in further aft or forward, and then have room for a PDB or a 4-in-1 ESC for that matter. Let's see, what else to talk about here? Okay, one thing that I don't have is the battery pad. That's supposed to be getting here tomorrow, but I need to film this, and so I'm just gonna talk about it, show you a picture of it right now. Yeah, it's a self-adhesive, rubberized battery pad that's gonna keep it from slipping around. Also, another thing that I do not have here is the hardware, the screws. This one over here has steel, this one over here has aluminum, but what we've done for the final production version is we are offering titanium hardware. All of the hardware that is gonna ship with this frame is gonna be titanium screws. Now, steel is great because it's strong. Aluminum is great because it's lightweight, but the problem with aluminum is it's not as durable as steel. So if you have all aluminum screws and you have a hard crash, you can end up bending your hardware. So I wanted to get the weight savings without having to give up strength. So we went with titanium, which is known to be extremely strong material and also has the benefit of being lightweight. With the titanium hardware, you're definitely gonna get some weight savings in there. Oh yeah, the other thing that I want to talk about is the size. Now, if you look at this, it may look a little bit big, but I wanted to go back to a larger frame in terms of motor to motor distance, because with the, I've been flying the R5X and before that the MXP 200B for some time, and those are both right around 200mm True X frames, and that's where I really fell in love with the X frame design. But the one thing that I didn't like is when you have an X that is shrunk down, or when you have any frame for that matter, that the motor to motor distance is smaller and smaller, what ends up happening is you lose stability. It gets to feel more like you're balancing like an egg on its end instead of having a really stable platform. So this is my freestyle frame. I wanted something that just felt locked in the sky, and so I wanted something with a little bit wider of a stance. And that being said, the motor to motor distance, I'm not sure, it's right around 230mm on this. So it's a bigger frame, but I don't find that I notice any more difficulty in hitting gaps or anything like that with the slightly bigger frame. In fact, if anything, it helps because you end up with a much more stable quad going into those sorts of situations. And we also have worked with Brain 3D. I don't know if you see that. Look at that. There you go. Brain 3D to get some really great GoPro session mounts designed for this frame. We're offering them in both 30 and 30 and 40 degree options, and also with just a little couch, like a little sled, or the fully enclosed. And Brain 3D has this great like session protector thing that you can put on top of the little couch and strap it down, and it gives protection to your GoPro. I've been told that a lot of guys are liking this and switching their session from quad to quad. I think I am probably going to go with the fully enclosed one because this is a little bit lighter. These were like 16 or 17 grams each. This was like 12, but with a strap it was getting close to the same weight, but with this it was like all the way up towards like 30 grams. And I'm kind of a weight weenie, so I'm gonna be going with one of the fully enclosed ones. But if you check this out, here's my current GoPro mount. I don't know if you can tell this or not, but this 3D printed one is basically the exact same angle as what I normally run. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've had some of these 3D printed things before, but they've always been like you zip tie it down to the frame, and I've never been a big fan of zip tying down these guys because then it still eventually pops off. These are going to screw down onto the top plate, so there will be no more losing my GoPro, hopefully. All right, give me just a second while I swap out that, and then I'm gonna show you how awesome it is. And boom. All right, we're back. I've got the 3D printed GoPro mount installed. It looks pretty sick. That's the 30-degree camera angle one. Yes, there are custom designed 3D printed camera mounts for your session for this frame. I think I've pretty much covered everything at this point. So I actually recorded this very intro to the frame like a week or two ago, but the camera work, it was all shaky cam status, and I also didn't have the 3D printed camera mounts, didn't know all the details, so I wanted to reshoot it, but I've got some cool flight footage from the other day that I want to share with you guys. So we're just going to go ahead and go straight into that and show you some flight footage and have some fun. Alright guys, we'll see you later.
Nobody else matters. You know that you don't need to wonder. You ain't gotta go and make it harder. I need you to come make it hotter. Nobody else matters. Already made you mine.
Alright, this spot is like nothing but shadow, and we're about to be in golden hour with a nice sunset. So we're rolling on. We're gonna find another spot to fly that's got better lighting and get some more little stingy action. Look at that. Does that not look like a badass like X frame? It's just, it's so big. Alright, let's go. We are here at the spot that has the building dives and the gnarly under the bridge dive below parking garages. I don't have the right words to say to explain the things, but you know what it is. And look at this guy. Look at this. Hang on. Oh. Look at that. Look at them lights. Look at that lighting. Gorgeousness. It is so it's time to go and fly. Do the Stingy.
Open fire! Thanks for not open fire. I appreciate it.
I wish they had. I wish you could shoot. That would be really cool to do some air-to-air combat.
Professional grade right here. My man right here. He's like, when you got skills, 5 more minutes and then.
5 more minutes. All right. Thank you.
All right,
5 more minutes. All right, that's what I'm talking about. That dude was cool as hell. 5 more minutes. So 1 more pack. I got like half a pack in. We're gonna do 1 last pack. A little bit of building diving, a little bit of diving down the hole, and ripping. 5 minutes. That's it. Sun is setting. It is time to call it a day. I hope I answered all your questions. Oh yeah, okay, so the frame is available at xhover.com, rotorriot.com, and it's going to be available for pre-order. If you're seeing this now, it should be up. Go get it. You can buy it now. It's going to be $115, give or take. I don't know. It's like $114.99, $114.95, $115. Titanium hardware, low profile, True X. Wide stance, stable freestyle platform. It's awesome. I love it. Oh yeah, we also have the 3D printed GoPro mount coming that's gonna have no props in the shot. What else? I don't know. John is trying to troll me right now, but it's not gonna work. So if you guys have any questions about the frame or anything else, please leave them. Let me know in the comments and I'll try to get to them and answer as many as possible. Thanks. Hit that like button, subscribe. This is what John does when he gets hungry. All right, guys. See you next time.